Thank you very much, Paul. Now we have some editing to do. Oh, by the way, this was left over from Christmas, Paul. I didn't get a chance to give it to you sooner, but there you are. A little something for you.
I know what got into me. A phrase came to me. I don't know why. An original phrase came.
What are we doing? Let's bring out a guest. Maybe that'll help. Our first guest is a lovely and talented comedian. She is an alumna of SCTV, and her films include Heartburn and Beetlejuice. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the lovely, the talented Catherine O'Hara. Hi. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. You know, there's one of these cable deals is running SCTV every night at like 10 or 10:30 or something, and I watch it as often. You don't seem pleased about that.
Oh, I just made a very bad residual deal.
Oh.
Well, so I'm not plugging it so hard these days.
Oh, I'm sorry, but all I was going to say
I loved it.
is every time I watch it, I'm generally always impressed with how funny those shows were.
Thanks.
Yeah, yeah.
That's nice.
A lot of funny people. Yourself, Andrea Martin, John Candy.
Eugene Levy?
Eugene Levy, who I think is just great.
Yeah.
And Dave Thomas and Rick Moranis. Very
and
funny.
Harold Ramis.
Harold Ramis occasionally,
shows?
yeah. And also the little comedy cartoon deal you and what's his name have? I can't remember.
Martin Short.
Yeah, Martin Short.
Ed Grimley Show.
Yeah, that's very funny.
The completely mental misadventures of Ed Grimley.
Now, how do you and you play cartoon shows and urinating monkeys? The crowd goes crazy for it.
Well, you know why that is?
No, Paul, don't. How do you do that show? Is it all pre-recorded, just audio, like a year in advance, or how do you do that?
No, you go in and read the scripts and improvise around some microphones in a little studio, and then they do all the animation afterwards.
So you never see the animation?
They have to fit it to you.
I see, yeah.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, I play Miss Malone, who is the character with the largest, most upright breasts in morning animation show.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're kind of like Ed Grimley's fantasy, right?
He's in love with me.
Yeah.
And I'm just a dumb actress. Hello, Eddie.
What is the deal on Ed, exactly? What's Ed's problem?
Oh. How do you mean?
Well, he's... anyway, it's a funny show. I enjoy it.
My mom used to ask me, is he odd?
Is he odd or odd?
Odd.
Odd. Did you have a nice New Year's Eve?
Yes, I did. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Same to you. What did you do?
I went to dinner with my boyfriend and four other couples. And then
where was this?
In L.A.
In Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we went back.
Big fancy place?
No, kind of casual, kind of hip.
Well, sure.
Sure. That was nice. And then we went back to Brett's house, Brett Cullen's house.
Brett Cullen being your
one of the
boyfriend?
Friends,
One
friend
of the friends,
Bo's. No. Bo's my boyfriend. Gee, like you know them, don't you? All my friends. Went back to Brett's house and danced to Frank Sinatra records.
Well, there you go. That sounds pretty good.
It was nice.
Yeah. Sounds like
Had
a lot of
champagne
fun.
And
Make any resolutions? That's the kind of question they only ask on talk shows, but since that's what we're up to here.
What's that about monkeys? I'm not going to try that again. Well, I'll never turn up a dog's eyelids again. I tried that. Have you ever tried that?
No, I wouldn't even consider. Why?
I used to turn up my eyelids all the time as a kid. That's a very funny thing to do for your friends and relatives.
Can you still do it now?
Oh.
You're talking about physically folding up your eyelids?
But I swear, I haven't done this for years, and I did it a while ago at a dinner table. And I've never gotten such a reaction. It was like I turned into Elephant Man. People went, oh!
Yeah.
Like, really?
They were sickened by it, weren't they?
Yeah.
Well, give it a shot. Just try one.
I'm going to hurt myself. Don't any child try this at home.
No, of course not. Do you need a straight edge or anything to help fold it up? You're nuts. You're goofy. We have to do a commercial, and I mentioned Joe Flaherty's name.
Yeah,
I'm very sorry.
Joe.
Is there anybody else I left out of that group?
Gee, I hope not.
Yeah. Anyway, they're all very, very good, yourself included. Are you getting ready to go on vacation? Just came from a vacation? You have a winter vacation? Ever go on a winter vacation?
I hope to go skiing again.
Yeah?
I learned to ski last year.
Where did you go?
Went to Big Bear for a day.
That's right near Los Angeles, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. You can go up 2-hour drive and you're in snow. It's great. And then we went to Aspen for a few days. Tim Burton, who directed Beetlejuice, rented a house in Aspen last year and let us come.
What is Aspen like? Having never been there, I hear that it's just like paradise, but overrun with movie stars. No
we
offense.
didn't see any. Anne Margaret was there, but I didn't get to see her. She had a skiing entourage, skiing around her.
But what is it like when you get into Aspen? What is it like?
Well, in town, it's kind of cute.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
like an old Swiss village or something?
Yeah. But it's very beautiful, especially at nighttime in the snow, and it's really pretty.
Yeah.
I got in a horrible, I thought horrible skiing. It's the weirdest experience. Tim Burton was skiing with me all day because he's much better than I, but he was being very nice and sticking with me and going from the third lift up to the top of the mountain and then back down the third lift all day, never going to the bottom.
The third lift is about...
It's like halfway up the mountain,
I see,
you know, at Buttermilk where we were. And this is basically my second day skiing in my life. And so Tim really stuck with me. It was great. And then at the end of the day, I kept saying, "Oh, Tim, you go on yourself. I'll make him down. You know, I'll make my way down the end of the mountain, the bottom of the mountain. It's okay."
Yeah, eventually, you really can't not get down one way or the other, right?
Oh no, you'll get down. Yeah, like, ah! Like that. That's the way I made it down eventually. But so I said, I'll just follow the signs, the easy routes, take the easy routes, easy runs down. And so I kept 3 times in a row ending up at the third lift, which is halfway down the mountain, which is where I didn't want to go. I wanted to go down to the bottom, and meet him there. But I kept going down to the third, and the last time I went down, they were closing, and they said, "Don't come down here again. You won't get to the... How do I find my way down once I'm up there? How do I get down?" And they said, "Just follow the easy." So it's like homey route or something, you know, easy, dummy route, you know. So then there were, thank God, there were a few people going down when I was got to the top again, and so I followed some people, but then I got lost again, and I got on like an intermediate or advanced, run, and it was getting dark, and it's starting to snow, and I thought it was like a ranger, some kind of ranger episode.
Helicopter,
find me,
sure.
you know, 5 days later, and
eat off your own foot or something, one of those deals.
It was starting to look very delicious, and. So I thought, I mean, there are moguls, bumps, and I couldn't see them. My body was just like going down, like this. And so I could see there was a run through the trees over there, so an easier looking run to me. I couldn't see much. But I thought, that's it, that's got to be it. I look back up the hill and I see the signs. Yes, I took the wrong one again. So I think I'll just go through the trees here. So I start going through, and my pole gets stuck way down. So I think, I'll take my skis off and walk across.
There you go.
Do you know anything about skiing?
No, nothing.
The middle of the runs are not to be walked on.
Oh, really?
No. So I took one ski off, and I put my leg down and went up to my thigh, the snow.
Oh, you're like thigh deep in snow.
Oh, yeah. And I couldn't get out, and I put, if I put any weight on a hand, my hand would go down up to my shoulder, and I was like, I started really panicking. I thought I'm going to drown in the snow.
Yeah. Well, not for a few months, maybe, but eventually, yes.
No, but it was like that. I was just sinking every time I put any body weight, anywhere. I was like, oh, and then I'd see a couple of people go by, this is, at the end of the day, I'd say, no one heard me. So I finally, lay on the 2 skis and dragged myself, and it took, I was like 25 feet, I think, but it took so long, and I was like, really, so panicked, really thought I was going to die. So then I finally get back on a hill, and I go down, and I'm on like a really advanced hill, going down like this, and I'm headed right for the third lift, which is in the middle of the And I see a bunch of, a little group of people, tiny group of people going across to a Jeep, and I see it's 1 car left in the parking lot there, and if I don't get to them, that's...
Yeah, you're done forever.
Well, that's pretty much for me.
Yeah.
Right? So I just sat on the skis and screamed all the way down, wait, and then I got in the car, and they're like the coolest family, the grandparents and their daughter, and their little tiny kid like this, They've all handled their skiing very cool, and I'm trying not to cry on the way home, and I cried for like 2 days every time I tried to tell somebody about it. And that's snow, and then
Did you ever fall down?
I love a good awe.
But this didn't discourage you from pursuing it again?
No, I went back the next day. But
Good for you.
But I had to get everyone to stick with me.
Any films upcoming we should know about? Anything new in your life that you would like to mention?
I'm writing right now with Martin Short and Chris Guest and Dick Plasucci for Castle Rock. We're trying to write a movie together. Yeah. And I hope we do it.
Well, I hope you do too. I'm sure that would be very funny.
And I'd like to plug my sister's record. My sister, Mary Margaret, just came out with a record on...